You know that moment when you close your truck's tonneau cover and think, man, I wish I had a toolbox back there that actually fits? Yeah, that's what this video is all about. Today I'm talking about the best toolboxes for under a tonneau cover. Some are more budget-friendly, some sit in the middle, and some reach into the premium range. Each one can make more sense for a different way of using your truck, which is why it helps to stick around and see which one lines up with what you need. All the links to the toolboxes are in the description if you want to check them out later. And if this kind of stuff helps you out, feel free to tap like, subscribe, and hit that little bell so you catch future videos. If something pops into your head or you want to ask about a specific setup, just drop a comment. Let's jump straight into the reviews. Number 5, YHT Auto Swing Wheel Well Toolbox. Coming in at number 5, this one feels like a clever way to use that empty space by the wheel well. The first time I saw something swing out like this, I thought it looked kind of like a lunchbox doing a little half turn to show off. But the idea makes sense. It sits on the driver's side, and it can rotate out over the open tailgate so you can reach your stuff without climbing inside. It's built from ABS material and has a simple rectangular shape. The size sits right in that sweet spot where it doesn't hog space, and the 6.6-gallon capacity gives you room for things you want to keep separate from the rest of your bed. There's a small tray inside for little items, and the lid can lock with a key, which is handy. Just keep in mind that the lock is only for the lid, not the box being fixed to the truck. Since it folds up against the bed, it stays clear of your cargo, and most tonneau covers work fine with it. The hardware comes in the box, and the install feels pretty direct, though some folks say the bolts can loosen if the road gets rough. Because it's plastic, some people question long-term strength, but for a budget pick, it brings a lot of day-to-day convenience. It fits a bunch of newer Chevy and GMC trucks, except the ones with special tailgates or that carbon bed. And if your truck lines up with those model years, this one might be a simple add-on that makes your bed feel more organized. Number 4, Backpack Box 2. Sliding into number 4, this one takes a totally different approach from the last pick. Instead of sitting by the wheel well, it stretches along the rail and folds flat when you don't need it. The first time I saw it fold up, I joked that it looked like someone closing a giant sandwich wrapper along the bed rail. It's a mid-range option, and it pairs only with certain truck covers from the same company, so it fits best for folks already running one of those setups. The size is long and narrow, about 65 inches across, and it gives you one big compartment with a tray for the smaller stuff. Even though it's pretty lightweight, it's made to handle around 200 pounds. And since it drops right into place without drilling, the install feels quick. It clamps onto the rails, and you can shift it to different spots if you want it forward or closer to the tailgate. Once it's folded down, it stays below the top of the bed, so it won't get in the way of a cover. And when you close the cover, the whole thing becomes a locked space, which adds a bit of peace of mind. Now, some folks mention that it can slip off the rails if it's packed heavy, and a few reported water getting inside. Others said the brackets didn't play nice with their support bars, but when everything lines up, it brings a lot of clean organization without eating into bed space. Number 3, UWS Secure Lock 48-inch Under-Tonneau Chest. Taking the third spot, this one feels more like a full chest that happens to fit under a cover instead of a small add-on. It's a premium pick, and you can tell just from the footprint. It stretches almost 48 inches across and stands tall enough to give you a pretty big interior space, over 60 gallons. It's built from thick diamond plate aluminum with a welded design, and the lid has foam packed inside for extra strength. The lid pops open with gas struts to a full 90 degrees, which feels helpful if you tend to juggle stuff with one hand like I do when I'm trying to look cool, but usually end up dropping something anyway. The handles twist to lock, and they're tied together with a rod so you can lock it from either side. The shape sits low enough to work with many covers, and the lid is offset so it can open without pushing into the cover. That makes it pretty friendly for folks who want a bigger chest without losing access. Now, it does land in the premium range, and some people say the welds weren't perfect on their units. A few mentioned that water found its way inside, and some didn't love the opening size for bulkier bags. It doesn't come with mounting hardware either, so that's another thing to keep in mind. But if someone wants a heavier aluminum chest with a large amount of storage and strong locking features, this one brings plenty to the table. Number 2, Under-Tonneau. At number 2, this one stands out because it hangs up off the bed floor instead of sitting on it. It's a mid-range pick with a long, wide body, around 55 inches by 23 inches, and it gives you a good amount of space inside. You can use it for tools, gear, or even as a cooler if that's your thing. The key part is the raised mounting system. Since it clamps to the side rails, you still get your whole bed floor free for lumber, bikes, or anything long you want to slide underneath. The weight rating goes up to 200 pounds, and the lock uses a simple key system. The clamp install doesn't need drilling, though a few folks say it's easier with 2 people. Some trucks or covers might take a few tweaks to get everything sitting just right. It fits most full-size trucks and works under a bunch of different covers, which makes it pretty flexible. The plastic body with the aluminum finish feels sturdy enough for everyday storage, though some people mentioned small quality hiccups, like brackets that didn't line up perfectly. But for someone who wants a box that fits under a cover without giving up bed space, this one brings a smart design that keeps the whole bed usable. Number 1, undercover swing case. And finally, at number 1, this one feels like the classic "why didn't someone think of this sooner" kind of setup. It sits over the wheel well and swings out in one smooth sweep, almost like you're pulling out a secret drawer from the truck bed. It's a budget pick, pretty lightweight at around 16 pounds, and it holds up to 75 pounds of gear. The inside gives you around 2 cubic feet of space, which works well for things like straps, tools, or emergency gear. There's a sliding tray for the tiny stuff you don't want bouncing around, and the lid has cup holders built in. The whole thing is made from high-impact ABS plastic with a moisture seal around the edge. It locks with a key, and it fits under almost any cover, folding, rolling, soft, or hard, without getting in the way. The install feels pretty quick since it uses a handful of self-tapping screws, and once it's mounted, you can lift the box off the hinge without tools. A few people mentioned the latch can feel stiff sometimes, and since it sticks out a little past the wheel well, it might make loading something wide a tiny bit trickier. But for something that gives you easy reach, keeps the bed open, and doesn't hit your wallet too hard, this one earns its top spot. So that wraps it up. You've seen how different styles can make your truck bed easier to keep organized, whether you want quick access, more room, or something that stays out of the way. If anything in this video caught your attention and you want a closer look, all the links are waiting in the description. And if this helped you out, feel free to tap like, subscribe, hit that little bell, and drop a comment if you have any questions. I've got plenty of other review videos on all kinds of stuff, so feel free to check those out too. Thanks for watching.